Hey everybody, good to see that everybody's here and we're here okay. It should be working good as
Yes,
gold.
we can hear you.
Hi,
I
Derek.
want to make sure that everybody can hear. Yes, all good here. Excellent. Very, very good. Right, let's see what we can do. We are going to initially hand over to Ms. Phillips, who's going to give us a run through.
Hello everyone, Gold Monday, the 4th of May. Who would have thought? Here we are in May so quickly. Welcome everyone to Gold Monday. All the information on the latest trends and directions for the Karatbars business. And we've got some really interesting information to cover tonight. So welcome and let's keep going because gold rocks. Love the gold. Here's our Brains Trust: Dan, Brad, Jenny, Doug, Brent, Derek, Carolyn, Amanda. I was going to say Ducky, but his name's actually Graham, Camilla, and Jan. That's our Brains Trust, and really the Gold Rocks information that you get every week, every month is compiled by all of these people, and they all have a different perspective and they bring a different set of skills and information to the Gold Rocks and the Karatbars business. So thank you to all of the Brains Trust. We are sponsored tonight by BJS Urban and Equine Fencing Solutions. That's Brad Saravalli in Adelaide. Thanks, Brad. Been a great supporter of Gold Rocks. And Easy Shopping Cards. We love Easy Shopping Cards because of the great new loyalty program that Easy Shopping Cards has brought in for us. Free gold, that's right, Brent. Free gold. Easy Shopping Cards. You even get gold for shopping. So if you go to www.easyshoppingcards.com and you purchase your gift cards from Easy Shopping Cards, make sure you put your Karat Pay number in because there is a between 2% and 5% back on any of the gift cards that you buy from Easy Shopping Cards. Now, obviously, most of us eat every day, every week, and we buy our groceries to sustain us, and therefore 2% back on your groceries is a great offer. And that's probably what most people spend most on. But there's all sorts of other gift cards there that are listed on Easy Shopping Cards. And as you set up your account, Easy Shopping Cards account, then where it says affiliate member ID, you can see the field there at the bottom. That is where you put your Karat Pay wallet number. It will start with 80000 and then 3 sets of 3 numbers, so another 9 numbers. Pop it in there and then you will get a deposit into your Karat Pay wallet of the gold. So between 2 and 5% back in gold. Now, obviously, Woolies is our major grocery chain, but if you're going to buy any big items like your furniture or TVs or traveling and so on, then there are ways to get some cash back, or not cash back, gold back on those expenses as well. Might as well have a look at it and see what you can get. Thanks so much, Easy Shopping Card. That's just a great initiative. Thank you so much. We like to cover this because Gold Rocks is expressing their opinion only. We are expressing our views as affiliates. Now, obviously, with that Brains Trust, we have a huge input of people and what they see and what we can get out of it. It's not necessarily company policy, but we look for the best way that you and I can benefit most from the Karatbars International business. We do not represent the company in any way. Please be clear about that. And any suggestions that we do make are for what we would do, what I would do, what Derek would do, what any of us would do. Then we share that because we feel that that is to our best interest. Next is the video. This is the new Gold Rocks video. It's really cool. It is Australian flavour and it's about 8 minutes long, and we wanted to show it to you and showcase it today. So it is actually on the Gold Box website. It's new, it's on the front page, and thanks, Camilla. She's saying it's awesome. Yeah, we love it. So have a look. It's redone, Australian version. Let's go. Thanks, Derek.
Hello. Welcome to a brief overview of what we think is undoubtedly the most powerful financial literacy program in existence today. We have elected to use the Karatbars system, and I'm going to share with you how to turn your spending habits into saving habits and get paid in both cash and gold for doing it. But I want to begin with a quick question. When you think about most Australians and New Zealanders alike, in a very general sense, do you think they have a plan to deal with the economic turmoil we see coming at us today? Do you think they have the ability to withstand what we see happening in the markets? Let me ask you another question. Do you? And if you do, how's that plan actually working out for you? You see, I've asked that question literally thousands of times in the last few years, and the answer that usually comes back is probably pretty similar to what you were just thinking. If that's true for you, I want to share with you why we have chosen to go down this road and what we can actually do about what is happening. You see, the numbers never lie. They will always tell us the truth. Since the early 1970s, inflation has eroded over 98% of the dollar's purchasing power, while gold, the vehicle that once backed our currency, has soared in value by over 4,300%. We can look at it like this. In a typical household making typical purchases every single week since 2000 to present day, secondary education expenses have gone up 203%. Medical expenses, 195%. Primary education, 159%. Insurance, 118%. Childcare, kindergarten, 90%. Groceries have doubled, and housing has had a 240% increase. Let me ask you this. Have you seen a 240% increase in the real wages that you can bring home in the last 20 years? I don't think so, and that's exactly the problem. We just can't get ahead of the inflation curve. This is why we're finding it so difficult to create any meaningful savings, get ourselves out of debt, and stop living pay packet to pay packet. Listen, here's the simple truth. It is absolutely impossible to outrun an exponential inflation on our linear incomes, and the inflation that the government tells us doesn't exist is very real, and here's the proof. We can look at it like this. If you had $100,000 in cash in 1970, that cash today is worth a lot less. In fact, you would need $1,177,750 to purchase the same products you did in 1970. That means it's lost 91.5% of the buying power it once had. If you had acquired $100,000 worth of gold in 1970 and just left it to just sit and accumulate, no interest, no nothing, that gold today is worth a staggering $4,164,615 at the time of this video. Gold has soared relative to the declining paper because they keep printing it, and there's no store of value behind it. That's what's called a fiat currency, an unbacked currency, and Voltaire said it like this: a fiat currency will always return to its intrinsic value, zero. So everything we read and everything we hear and everything we see says it's valuable, it's important to get some of our portfolio in gold. Hold some gold and hedge yourself against inflation. But there's a problem. Gold is expensive at $24,000 to $25,000 an ounce. Many of us just don't have the $24,000 or $25,000 that we can peel off and go get ourselves an ounce at a time to create any real meaningful inflation-proof savings. And even if we could, it's inaccessible at the moment. Many of us don't know where to find it. We don't know how to get our hands on it. And once we have it, where do we store it and what do we do with it? And lastly, it's difficult to use in its current format. You can't just go down to the service station or the baker or the butcher and pull out an ounce of gold and expect to get change in return for your next tank of petrol or loaf of bread, etc. So clearly gold is the answer, but we need to get it in a more usable format. Here's the solution, and it really is just as simple as this. Exchanging our devaluing and declining paper currency for real gold bullion in an affordable, accessible, transaction-friendly format, that's called a Karatbar. We simply exchange some of our declining dollars to create a savings account, giving up a couple of coffees and putting some money aside in gold, because we can now afford it. And at the time that we need it, exchanging these Karatbars and some of our gold bullion back into currency, having fully hedged ourselves against the ravages of inflation. You see, here's what we're really up to. Karatbars International specialises in making 99.9% pure LBMA currency grade gold readily available to the people of the world by producing it in smaller, more accessible, more affordable and transaction friendly weights. This puts gold within reach of people who couldn't previously afford it. Literally, we're making gold available to the masses. What was once a rich man's game is now available to everyone. Now, this video was not designed to answer all of your questions. It just can't do that. It was really designed to pique your interest and to get your curiosity. So my question is, did we actually get your attention? And if we did, here's what I'd like to suggest that you do. Get back to the person who shared this link with you and tell them that you'd like more information, and they'll make that readily available for you. We have a ton of resources available, lots of information. We just drip it in a way that's not overwhelming. We simply ask that you listen. You can get started by just setting up your own free gold savings account. Yep, that's true. It's free, no costs at all. You can start with nothing. There's no fee to get started. You can literally just set up your own gold savings account and start accumulating gold a gram at a time at the market rate. Then simply decide for yourself whether you'd like to create a leveraged income opportunity out of this, as many others have done. I've spent the last bunch of years putting together national and international businesses and figuring out over the last 20 years how to simplify it to the point that people can use it and leverage it to do much of the sharing and much of the information flow for them. And our commitment to you is that if you decide to come and join us as an affiliate, if you'd like to turn this into a business opportunity, we'll train you, teach you, support you and mentor you all the way to success so that you can do this for yourself. Because really what we're trying to do here is set people free from the ravages of inflation and create a meaningful future for themselves. Because really at the end of the day, what this is all about is creating a debt-free, financially secure society, starting with you and then with the rest of the world. Thank you very much. We look forward to working with you. Please do get back to the person who shared this link with you, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Okay, how'd everyone like that video? We have...
Brilliant, loved it.
We absolutely loved it, Derek. You're a champion.
Super good, Derek. Super good job. Super job.
Very good. We'll polish it up a little bit with the sound, make it clearer, etc. The actual video itself, I used the video stream from another video overseas and just made it Australian. I couldn't find a picture of Australian dollars on a toilet roll.
I know what I'll be sending out, to every new affiliate or prospect. That's just magic, mate. It's brilliant the way you've done that.
Yeah, we tried to keep it to under 7 minutes, and got really close. We got it to under 8 minutes. It's just needed something that we could just send to people that wasn't going to try and answer all their questions.
Have you got that up on Gold Rocks, mate?
It's on the homepage of goldrocks.me.
That's where I find it. Someone's asking.
Derek, I think that's great. Just one question. Did I hear you say an ounce was the 25 to 30,000 an ounce, or was it my hearing?
Something like that, yeah. In Australian dollars.
That's an ounce, not a kilo. It's only 2,500 to 3,000 an ounce.
I might have been talking about a kilo in US dollars. I'll go back and review that and change the soundtrack. Thanks for pointing that out.
No, that's fine.
Yep. Cool. Kilo, not ounce. Excellent. Thanks, Graham. So if there's any other changes, please let us know, people. We're just trying to get something that works generically for us across the board. There's no Australian type information that we can grab, so we've got to create our own. And, you know, Brains Trust works really hard to come up with stuff. We lean on Roger and Joe and Brent and Amanda, everybody. We just sort of throw ideas in. I know Camilla's had quite a bit of input going forward, but we just try and deliver something that will work for you and make it as easy as possible. Now, the other thing that we haven't done yet, we'll put in a link on the landing page. So when you use your affiliate link, it takes you to a particular page in Gold Rocks. We will link this video into it somehow. I'm not sure yet. I shall pick Mr. Smith's brain on the best way to do that. Whether we just give them a button, they can go and look at the intro video, or what we do, I don't know yet. Mr. Smith, I know, I see you there. You're hiding in the bushes. We'll work out how to do that. So thanks, everybody, for that feedback. We will work something out. Now, tonight, I want to go through some information that's come out in the press, and it's really confronting to see how bad our people, what's the word I'm trying to, how bad our news organisations share information. Now, this is about the US economy, but just so you have an idea, this bit here talks about US unemployment applications have reached over 26 million as the states, because they handle unemployment apps over there, as the states struggle to keep up. In Florida, state that already has issues, they've been able to process only 14.2% of the 668,000 claims filed since the 15th of March. Now, that's published today. That does not come from a news organisation. That's from a statistics organisation. So the claims that we're seeing in the press are simply not correct, because there you go, there's another 500,000 claims to be published in Florida alone. So in Ohio, now you're only given a specific day of the week where you can file for unemployment benefits, because there's so many people applying. And we'll get to what that impact is in a few moments. But, you know, Washington, they're talking about the website takes hours. Read a post by a lady today from Washington. She's a waitress in a restaurant, and she's been trying to apply for unemployment benefits for more than a month. And the website keeps crashing, so she can't even apply, let alone actually get some benefits. So taking into account, now this came from a Mike Maloney video just a few days ago, if you take into account the SMEs that are not eligible to claim for unemployment benefits because they don't have an actual job, they own the business, jobless rate could be approaching more than 26% today, and we're not at the end of that rabbit hole. These are staggering numbers, just staggering. So what about Australia? Well, let's look at this. Our illustrious and glorious Treasury Department said that our unemployment rate could even hit 10% by June. And that's when it's expected to be at the peak. Really? Have these wombats been sniffing glue and not looked out the window? I just find that staggering that they would have the gall to publish it. And here we have the ABC a few days ago published our unemployment has risen to 5.2%. 5.2%. Well, but full impact isn't upon us. Well, if you were foolish enough to believe those numbers, I mean, you're only going to walk out in the street and see who's driving to work. Nobody is on the road. Nobody's going to work. If you own a cafe, you're shut. If you worked in a cafe or a restaurant, you don't have a job. How is it possible that an organisation like the ABC publish that number and, in all honesty, not even burst out laughing when they put it up? It's outrageous. And yes, Lots of people are working from home, as are you, Jen. But if you work in a restaurant or a cafe, you can't work from home. It's shut. It doesn't exist. So, wait for it. Here's Roy Morgan Research today. Today they published these numbers. Our unemployment figure is 27.4%. 27.4%. That is a staggering number. It's just phenomenal figure. And if you look at what that actually means, during the Great Depression, we got to 30% unemployment over 18 months. We've got to 27.4 in a month. Let that sink in. And Graham Dux just said, Melbourne now has the world's largest drive-through. It's called Chapel Street. Absolutely. Once the government shuts this down, and the scary thing is there are a whole lot of small businesses that will not have the capital to restart. They will not be able to restart. They're talking about 40% of the SMEs in America never opening again. It's staggering because they've been shut down for so long, have no cash flow, don't have a buffer anymore because now they've been shut down for 6 weeks. Where are they going to get the money to pay their staff for a month while their cash flow ramps up to pay for the next month? It's not likely to happen. So this is just unprecedented, absolutely unprecedented. And we are in the absolute best place in the world. Brent's saying in September the dole gets cut in half and JobKeeper finishes. Yeah, that's only a few weeks away. So welcome to 2020, you tinfoil hat wearing aficionados. I tell you what, this is really, really amazing that we are in this position. Every week the news gets worse, but don't panic, Jonesy. We got gold, baby. And gold has withstood this time after time after time. Every single time something like this happens in the world, gold survives. And there we are over 20 years. This is in Australian dollars. As I said last week, just worked out how to actually put the little drop penny thing there that changes it from USD to AUD. 455% return over 20 years. Last year, 43.85%. Now, if you walked up to someone in the street and said, I can show you an investment that would yield 43% a year, you would get beaten to death with the inner sole of their shoe. That is just an impressive number. And yes, Francois, check the real definition of unemployed and underemployed. That's correct. And that's when you start to look at people who are looking for full-time work. Ultimately, if you have a part-time job, the government says if you work 2 hours a week, you are employed. You don't make enough money to survive. And when we compare this to what we're talking about here with gold, 43% a year, and watch this space. Watch this space. It hasn't even started yet. And where are we going to end up? I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know what's coming. All I can see is what's happening around me today. I can open my eyes and watch what's happening in the markets. It's staggering. We are going to have the ability in the coming months to change our lives. And we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. Here's something that gets thrown at us occasionally. I asked this same question of Brent when I got started. How is it that I can buy gold cheaper outside of Carat bars than I can inside of Carat bars? Well, here's a really good example. This is Univals and USD Tether, and this is a snapshot of the market page in Caratbit today. So Univals are a measure of gold. It's just a 1 Unival equals 1/10 of a gram. So I can buy 1 Unival with 5 USD Tether. Now that's a cryptocurrency. It's not our cryptocurrency, but it is a cryptocurrency that's on the market today. So that means that for $50 US, I can buy a gram. $50 a gram. And Perth Mint today was 63.96 US per gram. No, I'm sorry, you cannot buy gold cheaper and you can get it in carat bars. Yes, we've got different prices. Yes, we've got different forms of gold. And if you take the time, as Brent did with me, to show me the difference in the prices and what they do, once I worked out that there was a cheap option, there's a luxury option, there's all the ones in the middle, I was all over it. And it's all 24 carat, 999.9% pure. Thanks, Brent, for reminding us. So have a look at this page in the CaratBit website. You can see that KBC Bitcoin price went up to 4.17% today. That's the swap rate between Bitcoin and KBC. Now, those prices vary every day because that's a live trading platform. I'm not interested in actually doing the trading. I love the fact that it's there. I'm a little bit more, how do I describe this? My understanding of what I want to do with gold is not be a trader. I will buy gold cheap and hold on to it. I will use gold to my best advantage. If you're sharp enough and into doing the trading, good luck to you. I will show you all the information I have at hand to help you. My focus is on the fact that gold holds its buying power. Look at how that compares to every currency in the world. Now, there's only 3 named on there, but I can tell you it's the same for all of them. There's no Australian dollar on there. It's the same for the Australian dollar. Gold today is at or near record highs in every country except the US dollar. It hasn't quite cracked a record in the US dollar yet, but it has in lots of others. And that is going to be where we build our stability and our future income. But let's look at money. If we look at what money does, hey, I'm talking about currency, not actual trading of what we would call money. I'm talking about the fiat currency. So gold approximately 10% a year in the last 20 years, approximately. You can change the currency, make it plus or minus a bit. You can change the yield curve and make it plus or minus a bit. Roughly, it's about 10% a year. Because gold in 2000 was $450 an ounce. Today, it's somewhere around $26.52. That's a big increase in value. If you can show me something else that can do that, I am all over it. Gold is delivering for us. And in that same period, what's happened to cash? It's lost 54.28% of its value. If you think that's okay, then please head off, get your Australian dollars and do whatever you want to do. More power to you. You don't agree with what I'm talking about, you don't agree with what people are talking about on this call, that's okay. I'm a numbers person. I want to know the numbers. They're the real numbers that I've got on that slide today. I checked them today. So what we've got with Karatbars is they've been able to put gold and blockchain together. Gold and blockchain together. That's going to give us the freedom and the security. And yes, Brent, good timing. We're talking about crypto. Why am I not heavily vested in Bitcoin? Because I didn't like the instability of it. I wanted something that was stable. So I now have gold that is behind crypto. I have KBC, which I can swap for gold. KBC and Univals, they become interchangeable. And that's an amazing outcome because we then get to control what's happening. So what should you do next? If you're on this call and you're not a member already, set up a free account. If you're a customer or an affiliate, it's free. Absolutely zero cost. If you're a customer, you can buy gold in the system. It's okay. But if you buy it as an affiliate, it's a better deal. And everything you do as an affiliate opens more doors. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not registered yet, get in and register as an affiliate. Now, here's the wealth principles, and I know that most of us understand this, but let's go through it again just to be secure. pay yourself first. Make sure that you understand what that is. Establish a residual income. When we pay ourselves first, we buy a gram of gold minimum a month. Get yourself with some gold in your wallet. I just extracted a bunch of gold from my online wallet today, and FedEx will deliver it at some point in the not too distant future. Make sure you understand the power of that. You can limit your tax exposure by having a home-based business. Claim everything you can and stay ahead of the inflation curve because you've got gold, baby. Gold. Gold does not suffer from inflation. And Francois is asking KBC versus Unival, is it worth doing? Not sure, is that a question, Francois? KBC can be converted into Univals and Univals can be converted back into KBC. So the advantage in holding cash gold is you insulate yourself from the ravages of inflation and you can spend it. That's what's so good about it. Okay, let's get on to some corporate news now. This isn't going to take us too long. There's some things here that we need to discuss. So the gold shipments have started again. The people in the warehouse are back at work, but it is a skeleton staff. So please be patient. I know there are people on this call who've had gold ordered for months and it hasn't turned up. What's happened in the warehouse is people have come back just grabbing orders and shipping them out the door, which really no thought to when was it ordered and when should we ship this one. They're just getting it out the door as it comes. I hope my order goes up at the front of the aisle and we can get things done in a way that we can get gold out to people as quickly as possible. Most of the brokers, the gold brokers in North America have closed up. Scotia Bank, whatever they call themselves, they have closed their metals desk. They just got so frustrated because they couldn't get enough gold to fulfill their orders, so they've stopped trying to purchase it. And if you listen to anything that Mike Maloney tells you, yes, there's going to be a lot of people doing that. And Francois, there are a number of other people in the same boat. Now, if you bought a K1 phone deal with a laptop, you are going to get a bonus because they've been so long getting out there. The company has decided to give you a free bonus, and the free bonus is tied to a new product that's coming out in June. You're going to have to watch this space. I have no idea what the new product is around. I'm making a stab in the dark and saying it'll be something around communications because the hot button is privacy and security. I'm figuring it's something in that field. I don't know. I haven't heard any whispers. I'm just guessing, absolutely guessing. So don't hold me to it, but there is a new product coming out in June. And if you purchased a WIM laptop, our new best friend Harold from Germany mentioned something like a €250 voucher towards the new product. And he talked about that on the presentation last week, but it hasn't been released in the news or in the Telegram channel yet. So just watch this space. Let's see what the new product is before we all run off talking about it. Roger's saying it's a €250 voucher. Work, Rog. Thanks, mate. It's great to have a few people that can contribute and verify things. I spent about an hour today trying to verify exactly that. There's actually nothing in writing, but he talked about it in the press release the other day. So all of the K1 phones that have been ordered are now in process. They have cleared customs in China, have been shipped. So as soon as they hit Germany, they will be turned around and shipped out to everybody. They've shipped already 20,000 phones. I don't know how many of them are ordered right now, but there's quite a few of them that will come out in the ensuing weeks. And it'll be really good to get that. I've got one sitting on the table here. It's going to be great when everyone's got one of these phones and we can call each other on the blockchain. I'm really looking forward to it. There's not too many of them around just yet. So just think about what are we all going to do in a few months. And here's the next curly part of it. Apparently we have two very large, I think in his release the other day, he talked about investors. I don't know whether they're investors or partners or what have they brought to the table. I don't know what they are. I'm going to guess again. I'm guessing. I don't have any inside information. I'm guessing it'll be something to do with communications again. It's really, really interesting to see what they're talking about. Dan pointed out to me today that this month actually is where they talked about in their original documentation expanding the bank into other countries. Maybe it's got something to do with that. Graham Dux just said, can we assume they'll be back on the product purchase availability again? And yes, Mr. Duck, that is exactly what we can assume. If they're back delivering phones, they will be available for purchase again. It's one of the roadmaps. And Roger, I'll have to have a play with this phone, see if I can work out how to call you on the blockchain. That'd be very cool. I believe the big investor's going for the new Univals. Okay. So when the CarrotPay blockchain starts, there will be a number of Univals available on that blockchain. Now, this Unival / coin will not be something you can trade on the open market. It's going to be fixed. It's used for settlements and payments. So if you create the Unival on the blockchain in the early stages, I don't know how many it is, I don't know how long it's going to last, but you will own those tokens for the rest of their life and you will get a residual income. So if you missed out on getting a node, unlike Mr. Seravalli, who's greedy and got 2 nodes, because he worked his backside off and set himself up so that he could do it, missed out on a node, here's an opportunity to get residual income from the blockchain. You can own your own Unival. Now, I'll be doing some of that. I don't know what everybody else is going to do, but I will be buying some Univals on that blockchain because then I can spend it. That's how we will be converting our KBC into Univals. And it will be a fixed exchange rate. No, I don't know what that is. I've heard rumours everywhere from 100 coins down to better than 75 coins. I actually don't know. It will be a fixed exchange rate. Now, this is where we will all pick up a pile of everything that, a pile of leverage, I suppose is what you would call it. It's quite interesting to think through the process of how they're going to put KBC onto this new blockchain. And that's where we'll pick up a heap of leverage. We'll have KBC that we've paid a few cents for, and all of a sudden they're worth $80. Jeff Cooper's saying that Brian McGinty wrote in his letter to everyone today about a new bank. It's a must read. It was penned after a discussion with Harold. Excellent read. Thanks, Jeff. We'll all head off and investigate that. It would be very, very good to actually have a bit more of an understanding of how the bank is going to work. It would be, Jeff, can you send us a link to that? We could email out to everybody perhaps, or can you drop a link in the chat group there? We're all very excited by the concept of what this bank is going to do, because it's going, if you've got a handful of coins, this is going to set you free. It's going to set you free. And yes, Dan's pointed out that in the white paper it talks about a credit card that will be built in this system as well. Gold is now in Switzerland, Francois is saying, He did talk about moving it to a bank vault in Switzerland and having it audited every 30 days, and that audit report being public. I am in two minds as to whether I really like that or whether I like it only a little bit, because that means it's a third-party bank, and banks and I aren't really best friends. So, anybody else got any? Well, we've had some amazing information in the last few days. Really love that people are open to that in there. Mr. Cooper, would you like to unmute yourself and tell us what you know about the McGinty ladder? If Cooper's down in Melbourne, we don't hold that against him very often. But every now and then we do, just to remind him that he's not in God's country. And Dan McCloskey's just made a comment. That's great. We need to get as much. Thanks, Kate. We need to get as much done before June as we can. Kate's in Melbourne as well. So Melbourne's a lovely town. I look at it on the map quite regularly. Isn't it interesting how much fun you can have? We talk about how far we are from each other in this country. You'll send me the link. Okay, thanks, Jeff. Oh, freezing down there. Look, Janet Hort has mentioned that it's freezing down there. Well, we almost had to call Triple O last night because it got down to 10. It's 10 degrees. My friend in Austria was quite shocked because in his summer, it's in his summer today, and it was 4 degrees in Austria. So he was feeling very sorry for me that it got down to 10 degrees as the minimum. Oh dear. I know, it's just amazing. Okay, guys, anybody got anything else they'd like to talk about? We have had a great night. We have some amazing things happening. Just remember, we are only a few weeks away from June, and that's when our life is going to change. What's happening in June will allow us to earn Univals. If you've got Univals, so if you've bought cash gold, you'll have Univals. Or if you've got KBC, you can turn it into a token/coin in the CaratPay blockchain, and you will own that token forever. And every time it settles a deal, you will get a percentage. I think it's 50% of the fee. Yes, Jack, we will itemise this and put it together for you. Our life changed when we got into this. Yes, it did, Graham. An absolute amazing change in our lives. And while we haven't got the exchange rate yet, but I expect it to be announced in the next 2 weeks or so. It was his commitment the last time that I was on a conversation with him. I'm hoping that it's 75 to 1. I'll be very happy if it's 100. If it's better than 75, I'll be running around in the front yard screaming, waving my hands in the air. Jenny and Doug saying, buy up some cash gold and put it into the CaratPay ASAP. Yes, because everything you put into CaratPay is stuck there for 8 weeks before you can use it. Summary of tonight's call. Jack, I will have, this is being recorded and it will be on our YouTube channel. So if you want to find this recording on YouTube, go to goldrocks.me/YouTube. I'll just type that in here, rocks.me/YouTube. And that is our YouTube channel. We will have all of our weekly webinars are up there. This webinar will be up there within the next hour or so, depending on how quickly I can get it rendered and uploaded and re-rendered and published. So we will try and drill down into, I sent off a bunch of questions today about the slide that was previous to this, trying to get answers, trying to find out more information. At the moment, we know as much as everybody. So thank you everybody for joining us. If you have any questions, please email us or give us a call. Make sure that you understand this is the best opportunity I've ever seen in my life. I suspect the best opportunity you've seen in your life. Let's just grab this by the throat and run with it. But thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We've had a great night. We will endeavour to get as much information as we can, as quickly as we can, so that we, the Gold Rocks team, are at the forefront of what's happening in Australia. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the golden beaches of the world.